What's going on, everybody? This is Lady Luck Club here again. Oh, I am Lady Luck. Thank you for tuning in. We are finally getting to show 6 of our Nature Boy, aka Eligio Bishop, the Cult of Atlanta series that we're doing featuring hood horror and his fantastic content. We're reacting to his videos that he has done. Compelling series on this cult. So I just wanted to make that I gave him a shout out. Hood Horrors has a fantastic channel and a series of playlists that he's done. Nature Boy is in jail for the rest of his natural life plus 10 years. He failed to take a plea deal that probably would have had him in jail for like 7 years and I think 15 years of probation. But nope, he thought he knew better than everyone else. And, he thought that just saying, I didn't do it was going to be enough for the court. No, he was found guilty. They put him in prison forever. But as we go through the remaining series, to which I plan on doing a video every day, I can just only hope to do that. I still have a regular job during the week that I have to do. So sometimes that, affects my ability to post content like I want. But I wanted to do content all weekend and I would have done show 6 and 7, but my internet was out all day yesterday. So what a day wasted. I was so pissed. Shout out to Xfinity, you suck. All right. So make sure you guys are hitting the like button and subscribing to the Lady Luck Club and consider becoming a member. I'm going to be doing a members only live stream this evening. Because it just needs to be done. And I just want to make sure, I tune in with you guys and check in on you. I live stream for members only, just kind of give the members the opportunity to talk about whatever they want to talk about and just kind of let loose and have a little fun. And of course, talk about things that, I don't want to put on the main platform. So, and it's for the members. You guys wanted it, we got it. And I'm going to tune in to that this evening instead of doing a typical live stream. So my hopes is to, like I said, be able to do at least 2 or 3 videos each day and to go live when I can during the week. And then of course I go hard and heavy on the weekends because I have free time when my internet works. But make sure you guys hit the like button and comment in the comment section below and just let me know what you think. I think it's important to pay attention to what's going on with some of these, public figures out here having this mentality, this cult of personality of where they're, charismatic and enthusiastic and energetic. They can get people to, go along with their movement, or whether it's just to generate a bunch of money or it's a political figure and they want votes. The cult of personality is very, very dangerous if it goes on and becomes, you know, um, bigger than the movement itself, or whatever the concept or idea is that you're pushing, that could start out with good intentions and turns into something of a nightmare. And I don't know what happened with Nature Boy, what turned him into the monster that he became, but he became one. And so that's one of the reasons why I want to do these series, so that people can kind of pay attention and know some of the signs and see what it's like to see, what could be just a group of kids wanting to live off the earth for whatever reason, be healthier, be more in tune with their spirituality, become a diehard cult where they're, you're talking about polygamy and sex crimes and things of that nature that has led to this man being in jail for the rest of his life. So I'm doing, videos and content on Umar Johnson, the Teletubby that is a joke of humanity. And he has this cult like personality and mentality. It's dangerous. Telling people for 15 years you're going to open a school and it never opens. I mean, that level of convincing and to be able to get people to give you money for 15 years is astounding, but can be very dangerous because now after 15 years, you have some people that have supported this man from day one and they truly believe in everything he says. They don't try to go out and read information and just think for themselves. And that's what turns this good idea, good concept into, a cult where this leader becomes more powerful than the message. And that's what happened with Nature Boy as well. So we're going to tune into show 6. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Let's keep these videos in rotation and check out Hood Horrors YouTube channel. The link to his channel, to the video and his channel will be in the description. Also, make sure you tune in to the check out the description of the video for the Dr. Squatch products. We are partnered with Dr. Squatch products, soaps, deodorants, toupees, toiletries, to get your young men smelling good, or your husbands or your fathers, and I do get a commission on the products that are sold. You must click the products tagged and purchase the products through that in order for me to get the commission. But it's just another way to support the channel. And any level of support, I am grateful and appreciative of it either way, even if it's just a like and a sub and a view, it all helps. Thank you so much. We're gonna get to it. Typically I start out with some information, but you guys could check out my other earlier shows that I've done, show 1 through 4, where I had information in and talked about just kind of background information on the cult itself. He even admitted he was a cult, so there's no offense on this when he admitted it. So we're gonna get right to it now, and make sure you guys check out Hood Horrors. Here's this channel here. I am subscribed. He has great content, and we're gonna continue on with these series. Let's get to it.
Previously on the rise and fall of Nature Boy and carbonation.
Looking back from a little girl. It's been a spiritual quest the whole time, really.
Oh wow!
With a few bumps, which all life. We've on this earth is an experience. We're here to experience, to live life, but a dream.
Oh, she did pass.
Just 3 days after Mama Dia passed away, a young woman from Texas named Elise, aka Pee-wee, would join them in Mexico. Pee-wee had been following Nature Boy since he first started his journey in Honduras.
I was one of Nature Boy's first followers. I remember there was a small community of us, and he would go live every day, and he would interact with us, and he knew me by Pee-wee because that's always been my social media handle. And so from then on, I watched him for years.
A chance encounter in a San Antonio mall would be the catalyst and deciding factor for Pee-wee to join Carbonation.
What happened one day was crazy. They were passing through Texas shortly after, I believe, Costa Rica. I'm just cooling, casually shopping around at the mall, and I'm with my daughter, and I look to my left and I see him with 8, 9 people with him, deep, and I'm just my mouth just drops to the floor, and I was just no shit. And that's where you see those pictures of us when we're all together. They did want me to join right then and there, but obviously I wasn't ready. But I did. At that point, I already had my mind set to join. And so after that, I was in direct communication with them.
When Pee-wee learned of Mama Dia passing away, it almost changed their mind about joining.
I'm at the passport office, and I get a phone call from Musa, and he's like, "Hey, yo, Mama Dia just transitioned." And my heart sank, bro. And I was just like, is this a sign for me to not go? I didn't know what to think or what to do. And so, I talked to everybody, and they reassured me.
And I wanted to just kind of, interrupt and I'm going to have to pause here and there to give some commentary. But Mama Dia was over 50 years old. She had grown adult children. She had grandchildren. She was on heart medications, and she died because she had stopped taking her heart medications because Eligio Bishop had told her not to take her medication. He was aware that she was taking it, but it would have hurt his so-called cult brand because they promoted this whole healthy aspect of where you don't need medications, where diseases and STDs aren't real, you know, and that's just dangerous. And she was found deceased in her tent. And let me remind you all from show 5, they treated her like crap from the start. They didn't even pick her up from the airport when she went to the coat base. So I would have taken that as a sign. They didn't care enough about her to at least pick her up. They found her deceased in the tent, and then they delivered her body with no clothing, and then did not want to provide her personal effects, her wallet, a purse, and things of that nature. They didn't want to give that information, that documentation and stuff back to her daughter. So they didn't care. Nature Boy did not care about Mama Dia. She was just useful when she was alive. When she transitioned, he tried to, come off as if he barely knew her. Just soulless and evil and heartless. Just disgusting.
A lot of things, and I still ended up going, obviously.
Pee Wee would leave her daughter with her baby father and fly to Palenque.
And I have left my
She would be
child.
the first woman to join that left her kid behind.
What I did was commendable. A lot of y'all are stuck in Babylon. Y'all are going to be there for a minute if you can't get past your attachments to certain people, your loved ones, your children.
Once she arrived, Nature Boy
Left
would
the
rename
child
her Mama
behind.
Juice.
Your peace reflection, it's Mama Juice.
She will become Moose's direct, and just like the rest of the members, she will routinely get online and promote Carbonation's propaganda. Since the time of living in Costa Rica, Nature Boy had gained a significant amount of online critics. Besides Young Pharaoh, the harshest critic he had was a social media influencer from Chicago named Ashe Divine.
There's this young lady on YouTube. This is a sister, young lady, and she's always banging hard body on you. I think they call her Ashe Divine or something like that. Ashe Divine. She's like a thorn in your neck, brother.
Nigga, you had your legs up. This is the man that stands that he's y'all warrior. He's y'all protector. He's the commander-in-chief of the earth plane. You had your legs up, my dude. You had your legs up in the air like a bitch. You got your asshole penetrated by another man. Is that not some female shit? Do you not want to be a woman? You used to fuck with transsexuals.
What's up with
Wow.
Ashe Divine? What happened with that? How did y'all ever, get
Wow.
into this going back and forth, brother?
Well, Ashe is my shadow.
Oh, okay.
My shadow. I do not know this woman.
Oh, so you never met her before?
Okay, I want to just this is what I just dislike, and I have to sometimes be careful of this myself. You're not gonna always get positive review and positive commentary when you're doing things that are contradictory or you're just being hypocritical. Nature Boy was a cult leader. He admitted to being a cult, but he, tried to come off as if he was some holistic spiritualist while leaving behind 3 kids from what I counted so far. Probably was not financially supporting them. He's practicing polygamy. And then of course there's the history of him having been a male stripper dancer for gay clubs. He, had intercourse with men. He did those. He did, P videos, explicit videos. He did this stuff, and he got upset when people say, "Hey, you're not so perfect. You never came out and just said, I should not have done those things, but this is my life." He just tried to ignore it. But just because others are able to say, "No, this guy's a hypocrite," and you want to sit here and judge others lifestyles, you're due to get some level of commentary you're not gonna like. But that doesn't mean someone's hating on someone. I don't think she wanted his life or his lifestyle. She was just doing commentary like most people on social media, like this radio personality here. I mean, it's the idea that no one can say anything that, I mean, these things are factually true. There were videos. So it's not like you couldn't pull that information up. But it's insane to think that, no one could give commentary to express some level of hypocrisy in what cult Nature Boy and this cult stood for. Unless, you have to hate someone. No, you don't. You're just giving commentary and stating facts. It's absurd.
I never met her before.
Oh man, I'm thinking that she probably was a part of your nation before she fell out the nation, and
she doesn't have to be.
Okay.
Grow up.
One day in my life.
After Mama Dia's passing, Nature Boy would go silent online. Members of Carbonation would still go live, but no one mentioned her death. Ashe would
Not
be the
at
first
all.
person to
Like
bring
she
the news of
didn't
Mama Dia's
exist.
death to the internet. She learned of her passing by someone with inside knowledge.
You don't allow pharmaceutical medications in your camp. You talk about all this Babylon shit, talking about the water here, the food here, and here. Let me tell you something. That lady was 59, 60 years old.
Yeah.
I know people right now that's older than her that have the same health issues going on.
Yep.
That is taking pharmaceutical medications and is still living right now, right here in Babylon.
Exactly.
But see, she left Babylon to come out there where
And they
everything is
didn't
supposed
care.
to be fresh, where everything is supposed to be organic. You know what I'm saying? She left Babylon to come out there to get healing. And she's dead. Now, see, this is quite strange to me because no one has even acknowledged the fact that she has passed on. Nobody has acknowledged, showed honor or nothing to this elder that was in that group. If I go to a doctor, right, here in Babylon for a health issue and they prescribe me some medication, I'm supposed to take this and, at this time, this, that, and the other, you know what I'm saying? If I take that certain medication and it ends in death, is that my fault or is that the doctor's fault? Because I put my trust in this person who's certified in this field to take care of me. That is not my fault. Her death is not her fault. She went there to get help because he say he's the Messiah. He's the second coming. He tell his followers, do not take his name in vain. All this type of crazy bullshit, all this type of crazy psychotic bullshit. And people see this online and they come to you for help. This is my take on it. I say that her death is Nature Boy's fault. Her death is your fault.
It would be.
I would agree to that because he really told her and influenced her almost to the point of just coerced persuasion to stop taking it, or at the very least, don't give any indication you're taking it because it would have hurt his cult brand. If you're talking about being holistic and living on the land and being all natural and not believing that diseases exist, because many of them had, herpes and other STDs, but they go out there, I'm healed. There's nothing wrong because I don't believe that it exists, while they're spreading around venereal diseases amongst each other. But this woman was prescribed medication to keep her heart pumping. And because he's not a licensed medical physician, and I stated this in show 5, Nature Boy had no authority to tell this woman to stop taking her meds. And we all know that he did. He just lied and covered it up because he didn't want to be blamed for her death, even though we all know he doesn't have a soul or consciousness about it. He doesn't feel bad about it. But her death is his fault when the persuasion of her not taking this medication and her having this belief that she was going to go out to this cult and become whole and be healthier, and that her body would restore itself if you're eating fruits and vegetables and hot tea and water and doing this dumb diet he came up with. This is part of and I hate to say this, the brainwashing method. And then you can't read any outside information, to the point where this woman was convinced she did not need prescription medication. I don't care if it's from Babylon or Eden or Sweden. And she stopped taking it and didn't make mention of it when she was going live promoting it. Who promotes a cult? I've never seen a promotion of a cult on social media. Most times people lay low. No, he was a narcissist. He is a true narcissist and still will not take accountability or responsibility for anything he has ever done wrong to this very day. Not at all. That is why he's in jail for the rest of his life. Plus 10 years.
Soon after Ashe's video, that Nature Boy would finally address Mama Dia's passing. It was about a week after she'd been laid to rest.
One morning we woke up and Mama Dia didn't wake up with us. And it was a shock.
He knew
on
he
us.
had to say something.
We wanted to make sure
so
that everything happened, and we contacted all of her biological family in honoring her, making sure that her body was sent to them. They wanted her body is being shipped to Honduras. They understood that she had heart condition for 30 years. And with taking that heart medicine, it probably messed up her heart in a way where it was irreversible to heal her, but she was happy. So
what?
The family has received
the body. Not a doctor,
we have the autopsy. It said it was a heart condition that she had. She was just so happy to be here. She was jumping off of waterfalls, eating food, making poetry. She was just happy, man. We needed a moment. And 1 minute somebody's with you, and the next minute, they transition. So it was a shock on us because we had to touch the body and everything. So we collected ourselves. Took a couple of days of silence, man. And we are Mama Dia.
No, he didn't say anything because he said, when he did say something, he said, I barely knew her. This is what he said in a recording. This is a cult leader at his finest, a narcissist at his finest right here. The epitome of cult leader, narcissistic, habitual liar. To where he doesn't care if he believes his own lies. He just wants everyone else to believe it. He literally said he barely knew her. They didn't even pick her up from the airport. This is why you're spending the rest of your life in jail, where you belong, boy.
You're looking at Mama Dia. Mama Dia is not with us physically, but the mind cannot die. So she went to sleep and went into her next reality and transition. How beautiful is that? With a smile on her face. Pray that you be able to leave that way. She was happy. It's unfortunate that it happened in our camp. Most people would love to blame that on me. And it's your fault. But like we said, we were doing everything that was supposed to be done. We got the autopsy. She had a heart condition and it was irreversible. She had it for 30 plus years. Now, if you know about heart medicine, and you know that heart medicine destroys the heart and its arteries and all that. It was irreversible.
No, what?
And if it was the B6 diet, then a lot of people would be dropping dead here. And it just would be, it wouldn't be, it's too many people on the B6 diet. You can't say it was a diet. You can't blame it on us.
Mama Nina would leave about a month after Nature Boy posted that video. The death of Mama Dia would be her main reason. Throughout the remainder of 2018, Carbonation would experience an influx of new members. Some would stay for a significant amount of time, while others would stay only briefly. 21-year-old Denedrick Johnson, also known as Kite, came to Carbonation by way of Texas.
They made you think in a certain way, so Master Teacher Nature Boy has made you think in another way, in another angle of light. What is that angle of light? That's the Christ consciousness, the Christos.
Kite came with another person he had met online, who Nature Boy would later name Pure.
Pure, where you from?
I'm from LA.
LA. All right, cool. You from the Devil Land, okay.
The two of them had planned on going to Belize to start their own journey.
The entire U.S.
But ended up staying in Mexico with Nature Boy after what they thought was going to be just a visit.
I already was lost in my purpose and wanted to find a purpose. And so that was the movement that drew me in. So I didn't know it was a cult or nothing. So, like most of us.
23-year-old Courtney Townsend, a.k.a. Solar, joined Carbonation by way of San Diego. He was the youngest of two kids, born to his Mexican mother and Jamaican father. His oldest sister, Diana, would leave home to join the Air Force sometime around 2013. This would be around the same time that he would get his first and only job. He worked as a waiter at a chicken restaurant for 5 years and quit just before joining Carbonation. But he would often embellish his previous lifestyle.
I went out and hit the streets and I let the culture tell me what a man was. Somebody who just gets money.
He had both parents in his life.
Who has the chains, the jewelry, all of that. It got to a point to where I actually achieved it. I got to do it all. I got all the drugs. I had all the women. I had women at my disposal. Oh, I got swag. Like I was just nice. I was just good all the time. I had people doing my hair. I used to spend like $200. Like I used to spend like $400 every month getting my hair done alone. Like just because I could. I used to get just like different braids and shit just because I could. Got to wake up every day drinking champagne. Used to go out every night. Used to eat at Benihana's every night. You know, we used to go to PF Chang's in Vegas every night. I'm glad I got that experience because I don't value that shit anymore.
Solar had become familiar with Nature Boy and Carbonation from their YouTube videos in early 2018. Ironically, it would be the same video that got True to join that would also inspire Solar to join as well.
When I seen him in that video, dropped Never Before Heard Knowledge Ever, and I seen him standing on that mountain talking about no fruit, I've been eating straight fruit, no sex, no sleep. And I was like, damn, that could sound like me.
22-year-old Jacob Benton came to Mexico by way of California. Nature Boy would name him Mente.
Reflection Mente, State of Hell, California.
Armand Palmer, aka Pice, was arguably the most talented rapper ever to join Carbonation.
Everything quantum is not what you see. Melanin drip, drip, drop by sea. Step on the earth.
He joined at the age of 19 and was born and raised in South Carolina.
Yo, life is a lie, my nigga. It's really all you. Everything is you. There's nothing outside of your observation.
The youngest member to join Carbonation during this time period was Amar Jawade, aka Loyal. He joined just a few months after his 18th birthday.
Chief has a wisdom that he shares with us to make us better. We're to utilize the experience. A wise man will utilize the experience of another person to make themselves better.
Loyal was born in Chicago to parents of Middle Eastern descent and was the youngest of 2 older siblings. He made his way to Carbonation by way of Canada. 20-year-old Ishmael Goodwine, aka Caliber, was from New York City. He would learn of Nature Boy in early 2018.
I didn't find Chief. Like, my homeboy found Chief. Like, he put me onto the knowledge.
Caliber would hit a few roadblocks on his journey from New York to Mexico. The biggest obstacle was when he got stuck in Texas.
The passport got sent to New York. So basically, I'm in Dallas right now.
After his plans for isolation fell through and only having limited resources, Caliber was forced to do his 30-day isolation in a homeless encampment in Dallas.
When I was gonna go into isolation, I was gonna like have somebody's house that I was gonna go to like cook and shit. But like the night I left to go to Dallas, I had hit the girl up. I was like, yo, what's the address? She said, yo, bro, you gotta chill out for a couple days. I'm like, what? If this ain't the universe, bro, just test me. Like, what the fuck? So I'm just
don't go.
I'm just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just wing this shit.
You guys notice that these are kids. These are kids, you know, between 18 to 22, 23 years old, trying to figure out life still. I mean, you know, Solar so far is the first one I heard that had both parents. Even though Eligio Bishop was raised by, you know, foster parents, he had, you know, foster mom and dad that were responsible for changing his name. He lost his natural born mom at 2 to drugs, and so him and his older brother, one of his older brothers, were adopted by foster parents. But you know, he alleged they abused him as well and treated him harshly. So that could add to the reason why he was so abusive himself, because he came from that, you know, abusive environment. But you would think you would just deter from the things that you grew up knowing that you hated and considered abusive and you knew was just not a good environment. But yet this stuff is being imparted on other young people, other young Black people. This isn't building up, you know, our you know, Black people, Black culture. It's not building any of that up. What you see is a cult degrading it. And that's, you know, unfortunate. Some of these kids, you know, a few of them took heed to the signs and the warnings and got out and got away from it before it became to the point where it was just hard to escape. But yeah, that was a sign to stay away and go home and go get a job.
I just found the field. Parked up. I guess a lot of homeless people out. It's like a community. I'm in nature. You feel me? You see the vibes. Man, how the fuck? Like, I was looking back earlier. Like, I was just looking back on like all the shit I've been through on this journey. Like, it wasn't no crazy shit. It was just like little trials and errors. Like, I feel like a big boy. Like, like I did all of this shit, and it's like, damn. Like, yo, I remember Chief told me just enjoy the journey, and I've been really just enjoying this shit. It's just been like amazing. Like, it's just, I'm just glad to be fucking out. Yo, wow. I feel like I'm so close to leaving, bro. Like, I be having to hold myself back sometimes for like excitement. I just like last night, like I just started yelling to the stars. Like I'm just hyped as fuck. Like, yo, Like, I'm so close to freedom, bro.
Despite all of the challenges he faced, Caliber made it to Mexico safely and
Yeah,
immediately
he
adjusted
still
to the
went.
carbonation
Oh.
lifestyle.
People who are surface dwellers, they're never gonna find God.
Oh boy.
People who don't actually search for the truth and take shit for face value, they're never gonna find God.
I'm glad that y'all heard the message. Y'all can't. I met all of y'all on the internet. You see what I'm saying? And I let y'all come kick it with me. They all come kicking it with me. You feel me? Did you ask? Come kick it with the OG. Just stay positive, stay motivated, stay grounded. Did I ask you to come here?
No, I asked.
You came. You want to fuck with me? Let's do this. You feel me? Exactly. So now y'all grounded. Y'all in the jungle with me. You feel me? How's life here anyway?
It's heavy. I feel like I just started living, literally.
How you feel?
Absolutely amazing. It's like
you was in Canada.
Right. When I tuned in on knowledge, it's like I'm living the life of my.
Everybody know who you are though in the room.
It's bliss out here. It's just heaven. It's a state of mind. Really, it's just paradise. Really.
It's what you make it to, yo. Because nature is neutral, but it's beautiful.
3 new females would join within days of each other during this wave of new members. One of the 3 females to join came for natural. He'd been talking to her for a few weeks. Nature Boy would name her Sky.
Welcome back, Reflections. This is Mama Sky.
Another one of them was named Jasmine. She came for Key. She had been following Carbonation for about a year, and after talking to Key for a few months, she decided to join. Nature Boy would name her Vibes.
Peace, Reflection, Mama Vibes.
The last one was named Tori. Nature Boy would name her Maya at first,
Why
but then
did
change
they
her name to
change
Joy.
names?
Despite Eliana's objection, Nature Boy had her join to become his second wife.
This the motherfucker with the most swag here. Okay.
Oh my God.
You get dressed every day.
I found Carbonation literally on YouTube, and I thought that it was beautiful. I wanted to be a part of it.
Tori was 21 years old from the south suburbs of Chicago.
21.
Similar to True, Tori had recently been honorably discharged from the military as well. At the time of coming across Nature Boy and Carbonation, she was going through a recent divorce and trying to figure out the direction of her future moving forward.
Wow,
And then
divorce at
they posted
21?
videos on how to join Carbonation.
You must clean your mind out and reprogram your subconscious mind before you can even join us, because we don't want you to bring.
I hope you all peep that reprogramming. That's what cults do. They reprogram you. He's expecting people to come there reprogrammed, and they were still young, between the ages of 18 and 22, 23 years old. And he expected them to reprogram their minds, clean it out, and forget everything they've learned. Give up their money to him as well, because that's important. Their money to him. Yes.
Babylon here.
And they talked about going into isolation, removing anything from your life that doesn't fit the frequency. And that's exactly what I did. I cut out everything. And I went into isolation. I was living in the woods in a tent. I would say a month with me being in isolation. He messaged me. I actually never reached out to him. He said that I actually just popped up on his timeline, and he messaged me. He was just like, "Are you ready to join?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Just days after talking to Nature Boy, Tori was on a flight to Mexico.
Everyone picked me up from the airport. Everybody seemed so loving and warm.
Look how they treated her, but not Mama
So
Dia.
it calmed my nerves a little bit.
Before arriving, Tori made it quite clear to Nature Boy that she was coming to be his direct.
He asked me, "Who did I want to be with?" And I was like, I wasn't really looking at any of the other people. I thought it was just you. So I was coming there to be your wife. He had been giving lies about polygamy literally all week before he messaged me. So I'm thinking I'm walking into a polygamous relationship.
As men, we're told that we're only supposed to do with this one person for the rest of our lives, when that's not true. How it's supposed to be is that you are supposed to fuck mad women. Like, you're supposed to fuck all the women that you can actually attract to you. To try to, spread your genes as much women as you can. And then in that process, you're supposed to be bonded with a couple of them.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. You boot out the other men that have that same mentality. That's the problem. There were other men there, and he took women from those other men. It was like, well, okay, why do you have the men here? They weren't supposed to have their own wives at all. He just got out of control. I think he was always, just this as deviant, considering his background, but he didn't just like women either. He liked men and women. So his whole mindset was just jacked up.
A couple of them, which are supposed to become your wives. We're learning through a society that lied to us about our own nature, and it's up to us in this age and time to actually educate our own self on what's really going on.
Unknown to Tori, Eliana had no interest in sharing Nature Boy with anyone else.
Not at
The
all.
videos about polygamy that Nature Boy was posting were his way of trying to get Eliana to agree. Although he made a promise to her in Belize to be monogamous, he changed his mind shortly before Tori arrived.
The fact is, I'm polygamous. I was polygamous when you met me. And I can lie to my universe all I want. I am who I am. Like, I attract a lot of women, and I'm supposed to have more than one woman. And that's just something I have to deal with and live with. I ain't gonna lie to you no more. I'm not gonna lie to no woman and tell her that I could be with her monogamously when a mad woman are magnetically drawn to me. I'll be fucking lying to you. I can never be a one-woman man. I'm not gonna be that. That's not who I am. I'm a fucking king, and I just have to embrace that.
Eliana would reluctantly agree to take on Joy as a sister wife. To her, the decision almost felt forced, but to Nature Boy, it was a willing agreement.
She loved me so much, she like, yo, I don't mind polygamy. So we decided to take other women in.
That's my sister wife. The vibes were completely off. Shit was like, you could tell like she wasn't okay with it, and I'm taken back by this because I'm like, you just invited me into a relationship where I'm thinking all parties are equally okay with being polygamous.
But as the night wore on, Joy would find out that Eliana's objecting to polygamy would be the least of her worries.
He actually got wine that night, and he started asking me questions about my past. You know, I'm open. I was open about it.
Tori revealed that she had been sexually assaulted in the past. The response she got from Nature Boy alarmed her.
He became very demonic, like, and he just started calling me a liar.
Nature Boy berated her for more than 2 hours until she couldn't take it anymore.
You got drunk, and you was with the shits when you was drunk. They don't know how inebriated you are. They got it.
What? See, he doesn't care.
He was like, no, stop. And they were holding you down and raping you. That's rape. But if you're like, yeah, because you're inebriated, that's not rape. You did not say no when they was hitting it. Then later when you sober up, you like, wait a minute. What happened last night? I blacked out. Like, what? Did they really rape you? Or were they being young and dumb and not having the morals and understanding that a young nigga don't have? So technically they didn't rape you. Morally they did. Because they...
Well, he's trying to change the definition of that word. Are you kidding?
Don't understand. They young like you.
They're so disgusting.
They having fun.
They're so disgusting.
One thing about men, when we horny, that's how.
No, it's not.
I ran into women that wanted
Are
to
you
chase
kidding?
them down, catch them, then take it and make it feel real.
That is
an young boys in a prison cell right now because of a situation like this that no one ever talked it out, and a girl saying they raped me.
Oh my
10
God.
years in a thing for a woman saying they raped them, and it wasn't even.
And no, that's why he's in jail for the rest of his life, people. That's what it came down to. And posting it as, revenge P-word on the internet. So now he's in prison. He's in jail for the rest of his life. Plus 10 years. Because he was too stupid to take a plea deal. And honestly, no. He's exactly where he needs to be. Plus, he's a cult leader.
But then you'll say, well,
disturbing.
The prosecutor will come in the office and be like, yo, and try to massage you.
Sounds like he
the truth about it is
very familiar with this a long time ago.
Always bring it to an understanding that you did it to yourself.
That's
you are the only one in existence. Everyone else is a reflection of you. If you was in a situation like that, you did it to yourself on a subconscious level. It's a part of you.
No.
I accept that. Like, look, man, I overdrunk. I told these niggas they could fuck me, and then I didn't know that they did. I wasn't conscious that I told these niggas they could fuck me, but then I woke up the next day and I was fucked. The truth is, you overdrunk, you was young, they was young. Y'all both.
This is how disgusting he is.
I finally just gave in and just kind of just went with anything that he said. I was lying about everything. You're right, and he left me alone.
After the verbal attack that lasted hours, he told her to take a shower with him and Eliana.
After the shower, we come downstairs and he's just like, yeah, well, I want to have sex with you. And I was like, I don't want to have sex with you. And he gets mad and he's like, man, he just starts saying a bunch of stuff. And I'm just like, okay. I'm like, okay, we can have sex.
Not long after Joy arrived, another woman would join the group that Nature Boy would take on as his third wife. It was 31-year-old Portia Wade. Portia, who would later be renamed Aya, grew up in LA and was the oldest of two younger sisters. Due to her mother having a mental illness, she was taken away at a young age and raised primarily by her aunt. After graduating high school around 2005, she enrolled in Pasadena Community College, but dropped out after she started hanging with the wrong crowd.
Wow.
She moved out of her aunt's house around the same time.
From when I turned 18 years old, I can't even remember having a stable place to stay because I was running around the streets trying to keep up with the Joneses.
What?
Aya gave birth to her only child at 22 years old, a son she really.
I'm not sure what's going on That it sounds like his video on his end.
But Joneses.
Yeah, I think
Aya
that's
gave
his
birth
video.
to her only child at 22 years old, a son she would name Isaiah. She would work numerous jobs, including retail, restaurants, and hotel security.
I will always go to work and look at how beautiful of a day it is outside and be like, what the fuck? Why am I going to work? I'm about to
Because you need to
ditch.
work.
Around 2009, Aya found herself in a relationship with the nephew of LA drug kingpin Ricky Ross.
Ross, now in federal prison in San Diego, became an overnight millionaire.
At our heyday, as much as maybe $1 million a day, $2 million a day sometimes, maybe more, a few days.
Ross's nephew would eventually become her pimp, and she would sell her services on the streets, but mainly online.
I was into prostitution and...
Oh my God. This is horrible.
Her stint working as a prostitute would last less than a year, but she would find herself in more problems down the line.
I even had...
She didn't want to work, and she had a son by this point already and dropped out of college. I just, this is what came to this cult.
At a moment where there was a guy who put a fake check in my bank account and was negative like $10,000, and I was like,
oh wow.
Shit. She discovered Nature Boy on social media in 2018. The more she watched his videos, the more his teaching started to resonate.
Once I found Master Chief, which is my Lord and Savior, he made everything clear.
Aya slowly began to isolate herself away from family and friends. And after Nature Boy reached out to her, she joined him in a group in Palenque.
I was like, damn, shit, what the fuck is this? Because you was on the frequency. You was spitting my knowledge. So I was just like, what's up?
Where you from?
And he was just highly attracted to her.
Los Angeles.
Just like the other members, she kept the details of joining Carbonation a secret from her family.
She didn't tell me where she was going. She made it seem like it was a retreat she was going to or something like that.
Like, okay, you going camping? Okay, I really thought she was going camping. She had all this camping gear. I'm going on a retreat. Retreat, girl, you can't be driving over in Mexico like this. You'll get killed.
She completely lied to us and said she was going on this retreat and broke down almost all the way there.
No, she didn't break down. She
lied about it.
No, she didn't break down. Remember, her ATM card stopped working because they thought it was fraud. Yeah. And then she stayed here, and she was supposed to stay here with her son and visit,
And she had a child. She had a child still. This is the thing. You have parents leaving their children behind. This is what, the second mother third mother that left their child behind? How could you leave your kids behind?
Do that.
Soon after arriving in Palenque, Aya recreated all of her social media accounts with videos and pictures of everything Carbonation. The comments under her posts were mostly from people criticizing her about leaving her son. Her response seemed to lack emotion and drew even more criticism.
Didn't care.
Some people tell me, they say, how could you leave your son? And I feel like, do you not remember when you were a kid?
No.
I was getting far away from my parents as possible. Nobody could keep me near. I was outside playing all the time. And I barely even...
But you're not a child. You're a mother. Are you kidding? The brainwashing on this is unbelievable. Oh my God. I can't. You were pregnant with this child for, gestation of human is about 40 weeks plus 2 minus 3. And then you give birth. And you're sitting here talking about, well, when I was a kid, I was playing on the playground all the time. I wasn't studying my mother. But you knew you needed one. But if you heard her background, she was raised by her aunt. Her mother had mental health issues and things of that nature. So she technically wasn't raised by her own mother. But I'm sure when she was a child, she probably wondered, why is it that my mother cannot take care of me? That connection, that bond, when developed, never goes away. And this is her excuse for walking away from her child, to go to a cult, to hang out with a bunch of 19, 20-year-old kids. Except the cult leader, who was already well over, 25, 26 years old?
Thought about my parents other than when they're going to feed me or whatever. I barely even thought about that because I was just a very energetic kid.
Your
The
son
negative
is going
comments
to
only
miss
seemed
you.
to grow as the days went on. Nature Boy will ultimately go live with Aya and try to clarify what the situation was.
Why
between her
do
and her
that if
son.
you don't feel like you're doing anything
Let's
wrong?
talk about why would she ever leave her little beautiful son? What happened that made you say, I'm leaving without my son?
Well, I didn't choose to leave without him. I was taken to court, and his father has full custody of him, so I cannot take him anyway.
So wait, let me get this right. Before you met me, before you met Carbonation or even tuned into Carbonation, your baby father already had full rights.
Right.
So you didn't leave him.
No.
Okay. Does that make sense to y'all?
No.
That is why she doesn't have her child. That you say she doesn't have. No
Look at
mother
that
should
little
ever
boy.
leave their child, ever. That's unnatural.
Never.
Nothing in nature leaves its cubs. Or no mammal leaves its children. The mother
But
never
she
leaves.
did. This mammal
And I
did.
would hope that you don't think she's that terrible of a person.
I do.
To just abandon her.
Yeah, no. This mammal left her son behind. That baby is adorable. He's got to grow up wondering and see these videos and be like, my mom was in a cult? Ugh. You left me behind with my dad full time. I mean, she still should have had parenting time. She should have, could have fought the case and went and appealed. But see, her lifestyle too. She was doing all these things, selling herself and hanging out with drug lords and dating their nephews and all this stuff, being pimped out. Wasn't going to school, didn't want to work, wasn't doing anything. Her lifestyle what led her to, having to go to court and lose it. You got mothers out here that are fighting hard, working hard, and the fathers do things just to be an asshole. Then you have situations like this where the father probably was a better fit, but she still should have put more emphasis into building her life up to be a better mother for him. But never leave the country and just leave him behind and you can't even see him. How did this go? Did she even do video chats with him? Ugh.
Should ever leave their child, ever.
You're
That's
the worst,
unnatural.
girl.
Nothing in nature leaves its cubs. No mammal leaves its children. The mother never leaves it.
Well, this mammal left
and
her
I would
child.
hope that you don't think she's that terrible of a person.
She is.
To just abandon her child.
She did.
This has been very difficult for us moving forward through this.
No, it hasn't.
Despite the explanation, it didn't stop the negative comments. Aya will post another video explaining the new rules for commenting on her page.
You will not be able to comment on my page if you do not have the Christ at the end of your name.
What?
If I feel that you have the Christ at the end of your name and you're still being disrespectful, you're going to be blocked. We are creating a learning environment.
Oh my, she is
and
very dense.
getting rid of people, things that no longer serve us.
Oh my God. All right, y'all. That's show 6. I have a pet peeve about someone thinking that they can just leave their children behind to go be a member of a cult. That is so disturbing. But that is show 6. As you guys can see how this cult is shaping up and becoming more and more deranged and unexplainable and just loose and just showing a complete disregard. Mama Dia lost her life because this cult leader convinced her to not take her medication. As you can hear him say, medication over time was, actually making it worse. But somehow was not beyond where it could not be reversed. He's not a doctor. He can't say that. He had no way to do an echocardiogram or EKG to determine exactly what was going on with her heart. So he should not have had any authority or exercise any fake imaginary authority that he thought he had to tell someone to stop taking their meds. This is what happens here with these cults, and this is how dangerous they can be. This is what? First death so far? It's more to come. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Shout out to Hood Horrors. Fantastic work. Great content. We're going to get to show 7 next. And as you guys can see, it is becoming more and more and more intriguing and going further and further down a black hole. by the time we get to where he is now with show 39, I mean, this stuff comes back and it just circles back around. And just keep some of these people in mind, their faces and their names. You know, first death so far of this cult, Mama Dia. All right. Until the next one, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Hit the like button, subscribe, consider becoming a member, and comment and leave your thoughts below. I did slow down the speed of the video this time, and we're almost hitting an hour. The only reason why I was speeding it up just for the sake of brevity, but some of you all told me that you could not hear and keep up with it. So I slowed it down a little bit, and I hope you enjoy the longer video. But thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you all for the support. Support Hood Horrors as well. Shout out to him. I still would love to interview you, Hood Horror, if you do get the chance to see this video. I'm, definitely leaving comments still asking if you would like to come up and have a conversation. It would be an honor. But either way, thank you so much. And until the next one, Lady Luck Club out. Deuces.